Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Boot Blitz, and today we should be having a look at the Type 59 and 59 Patton. The price in store for both the tanks are 10,000 gold, which I think is a pretty reasonable price considering previous tanks such as the Chimera and Action Den have come out for more than 12,000 gold. So to get two competent medium tanks at tier 8 is a very fair price. If you are just looking to pick up one of the tanks, then I would advise picking up the 59 Patton, mainly due to its increased damage per minute and 10 degrees of gun depression. Not only that, but it is 1,000 gold less than the 59 Ding, and so what a medium tank that is for 6,500 gold. Without further ado, let's hop into some live gameplay. So first up, we're beginning with the Type 59. This tank is not struggling at tier 8, but you do seem to have issues penetration wise, with your standard pen being 181. So you're looking, you're sort of struggling, if you like, against tanks such as the Carnarvon, the Action 10, the big chunky heavies at tier 8, and when you get up tier to tier 9, it becomes a bit of a disaster. Anyway, let's have a look what we are going to be dealing with. It doesn't look too bad. I think the only target which we're going to be having issues with is the IS-3. I do love when both of our lights decide to go left, which I can't really do much about, and I want to push right, but it looks like we're going to have help from the Action 10, so we should be good to go. As you can see, the reload is 8.3 seconds, which, yeah, the DPM's not great on this tank. It's only 2,035, and that is running the gun rammer. They seem to be camping. Shame that missed. I'm going to push forward, attempt to help out. It's a bit of an unusual one. Usually get pushed. Don't really want to mess with that Panther because he has a lot of DPM. Hopefully we can pull back here. Yeah, good. Come on! He manages to put one in. It's pretty unlucky. We return, and when you are trading in this tank, because you have 280 alpha, it's not as bad trading with tanks like that, but also tanks at low tier. Didn't manage to get that shot in the Charioteer, but looks like we're going to push this Panther 2. Don't want this Action 10 to lose all the hit points, but he is getting hit from multiple directions. Managed to clear the Panther 2. Looks like we're going to go for this SU next. Ooh, nice snapshot in there. And their team isn't playing particularly aggressively, so that means I can push up. And you can see in this position, I'm going to try and keep a nice aggressive angle. See if we can bait this tank. Oh, he's gone. 49 down. Have 7 degrees of gun depression in this tank, so it's not too bad, but it's not as good as the 59 Patton, which has 10. Just going to see if we can either bait this guy. Yeah, looks like we clear it. Nice. Probably going to get stuck into the IS-3 now. No. Let's go for this Charioteer. Okay, one shot in. Nice roll, 293. I want to get rid of this Charioteer from behind as well. Going for the track wheel. Charioteer clears our Action 10. See if we can get this drive wheel again. Max roll, nice. I guess that's one nice thing about the tank. You can hit quite hard with 280 in a medium at this tier, and there you go. That's the issue of this tank, the penetration. So we've only got 100 and I believe 180-ish millimeters of pen, and we're not bouncing anything at the moment, which is slightly unfortunate. I'm going to swap to APCR, just clear him. Good, he's down. And finally the Charioteer. We're last headed here. We are one shot, so don't really want to push that aggressively. I don't know if our Borsig is AFK. Oh no, it's not AFK. Good, okay. So GG, not a bad game there in the Type 59, showcasing how to position it. You know, you want to still be hull down because, as I will show you later, you've got a really solid turret, and I'll show you how to angle it effectively. Moving on to the 59 Patton now. Nice, the new map Yukon. We should be probably looking to take it in a hold down position. So on this side of the map, we'll be going right. Careful not to get crossfired in the middle, but with this tank, you have 10 degrees of gun depression, and I'm going to try and use that effectively. With those 10 degrees of gun depression, it also allows you to increase the effective thickness of that upper plate as well. And the only weakness you have frontally and in a hold down position is that top hatch, which doesn't have a lot of armor, has around 170-ish, so it's an easy pen, but as long as you keep moving forwards and backwards, it becomes hard to hit. If you have played the E5 or the M48 Patton before it was buffed, when they removed those two hatches on the top, you'll know what I mean, you have to sort of move backwards and forwards. So getting stuck into this M6 hopefully. Our team doesn't seem to be supporting. I want to try and get that standard B, pulling, there you go, one shot in there. Hopefully he doesn't rush us. I'm going to have to take the hits as long as we clear him. AMX is looking pretty aggressive as well. Their 54 lightweight is already down. Get a nice shot in there. Great DPM on this tank, 2,466, which results in, I think, the second highest DPM out of all the tier 8 premiums. I think the highest is the M4A1 Revelarice, which is a great tank, and I will be posting a review on that later. I love that tank with its 350 alpha. This isn't looking good. We might take a few. Hopefully we get behind here, angle up. No, that standard B has too much penetration. But luckily he's down. We have lost a lot of hit points. Didn't really want to trade all those. Good, we managed to clear this EXP, and now we're going to get stuck into this mechs, going for the drive wheel. It's a 90mm gun, unlike the 59, so 225 alpha compared to that 280. It's got nice dispersion, this tank, at 0.318, and it's got a better aim time, at 1.57. We're low here, so we can get taken out. So I'm just going to kind of play it as conservative as I can, unless the enemies aren't looking in my direction, in which case I might push up. Good, managed to get a shot in there. Don't seem to be looking. Oh, no, he is. Yikes, that was close. Good, nice high roll on him there. Let the Yag Tiger push forward and take the hits. That was unlucky, but yeah, what can you do? So let's see, hold down. Shouldn't manage to pen me unless it's that top turret and get the heat. Yeah, that was unfortunate, should have fired earlier. So yeah, I prefer the 59 Patton. I think it's a better tank. Ooh, there you go. Bounce on the turret there, shows you how strong it is. What I didn't mention before, although it's not really working at the moment, is the heat penetration on this vehicle. It is very high at 268mm, so it can get through those tier 9 tanks much better than the 59, who only has 240 mils. Oh, we got a first class. And both tanks make credits really well as well, with the 59 having 170% credit coefficient and the Type 59 180%. So here we're having a look at the 59's armor profile from the perspective of a M4A1 Revelarice, and as you can see, that hatch does look big at close quarters, but if you are moving up and down, it becomes difficult to pen, and especially at distance, it is a small sliver, you know, a couple of pixels to hit. So you've got 250mm of pen on the heat with the Revelarice, and you can see the sort of turret cheeks, if you like, can be pen. But again, this is me aiming, you know, point on those grey areas. The upper plate is strong with an effective thickness when you're using, you know, a lot of those they'll hold 10 degrees of gun depression. You're looking at sort of, you know, up to 300mm when it comes to full 10 degrees gun depression. The sides of the vehicle are weak at only around 80mm. So if you are running something like a Borsig or any of the 150mm tanks, you can HE it on the side. So look for those shots if you can. And also the rear is particularly weak at only 47mm. So you can actually pen with the Type 59. You can pen itself or the 59 Patton in the rear with HE because it only has 47mm, and you have 50mm of HE pen. So as you can see, you want to be angling it at sort of maybe 30 degrees to get that thick upper plate, increasing that effective thickness. And keep moving when you're in the 59 Patton because you don't want to be exposing that weak hatch at the top. In regards to its playstyle, I feel more confident in the 59 Patton due to its high DPM compared to the Type 59, and so you can play it a bit more aggressively than you would in the 59, mainly due to the fact that it only has 2000 DPM, the Type 59. So it's not second line, but it's for sure not the easiest to get the damage out and also brawl with, especially when you're coming up against tanks, even tanks such as the new Tier 8 British Light. So here we can see the armor profile of the Type 59, and as you can see, it's the same hull. You want to be doing exactly the same thing as you would be in, say, an Object 140 or T54, getting those angles which increases the thickness of that upper plate. The turret armor is probably a bit more reliable than the 59 Patton because it doesn't have those massive weak spots, and the turret itself kind of reminds me of the T54 or actually the T628, because when you switch to the heat, as you can see, you can pen those turret cheeks, but it's actually really quite hard, quite difficult to hit the cupolas of the tank without using premium ammunition, but also it still is pretty difficult. It's a low slung vehicle, so if you are going up against big heavies, they can actually negate your armor because their gun is coming from a high angle, and so the angling on your vehicle, if you like, doesn't really count. Therefore, to counter that issue, when you come up against those vehicles, you want to side hug the vehicle, and by that I mean get as close as possible to the vehicle, only showing the turret, and there you can move left and right and hopefully bait a shot from the slow traverse of those heavy tanks. All in all, these vehicles are well suited to hull down positioning. Obviously try not to expose your side like this, where Hungary 152mm guns such as the one on the ISU will deliver a payload of around 1000 hit points with that HE. Overall, the two tanks are well suited to hull down positioning due to their strong turret armor, and if you are going to brawl, I'd advise wiggling like when you're using your T54 to create those angles and bounces. The Type 59 is not a support role, I'd say, but you need to play it a little more carefully, mainly due to its pretty poor DPM of 2000, while with the 59 Patton you can afford to play it a little bit more aggressive due to the up DPM. Once again, out of the two tanks, I would go for the 59 Patton. I prefer the vehicle. The Type 59 unfortunately has been pretty bad power crept by vehicles having increased standard penetration. That about sums it up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it was useful. Once again, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're all well. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.